What's up everybody, it's me E-Man, and today we're gonna review Deadpool 2. If you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on that little bell too. Okay, let me just start off by saying, because of the nature of this movie, I have to go 100% spoiler free. I know I typically give you guys spoiler free reviews, but with this movie, I've really got to be careful because there are a ton of surprises and different things that happen in the movie, and I absolutely don't want to ruin it for you. Now, with that being said, let's do a quick intro. The wisecracking merc with a mouth, Deadpool, puts together a team of mutants to protect a boy from the all-powerful Cable. Enough of that, let's get right into the good. The good. Deadpool 2 does exactly what you would expect for it to do. One of those things is to deliver on the laughs. The comedy is exactly in line with the nature of the character from the comics and continues from what we've received in the previous movie. As you already know, Deadpool's ability to break the fourth wall only accentuates the humor throughout the movie. The character draws you into the film from both a story and production aspect. That essentially keeps you thoroughly engaged throughout the entire film. And comedy wasn't the only genre to be appreciated here. There's a bit of drama sprinkled throughout that presents some heart in the movie. Now, without question, Ryan Reynolds was born to play this role of Deadpool. However, in this sequel, the supporting characters really stepped up. I would also say that what strengthens this movie is Deadpool's bond with all the new and returning characters. One of my personal favorites was Zazie Beetz, who played Domino. I thought the movie did a really good job of portraying her unique mutant ability. Something I think a lot of people will enjoy is the really fun exchange between Deadpool and Colossus. Their interactions are just great. One of the best dynamics will be that of Deadpool and Cable, played by Josh Brolin. Cable is a bit of a scene stealer simply because he's such a polar opposite to Deadpool. Their on-screen chemistry works really well and definitely generates more excitement to see them in future movies. I've gotta say, I also really love how they highlighted some of Cable's future technology and weapons too. If you love the action from the first Deadpool movie, then I think you'll also love the action in this one as well. This movie does bring in a lot of slow motion cinematography, and it might remind you of some of the action scenes that you saw in Denzel Washington's movie, The Equalizer. Luckily, Deadpool is chock full of more fight and action scenes compared to the first film. Because of that, there are rarely any slow or dull moments in this movie. You'll either be laughing or paying attention to the cool fights. You know, I have to say, the actual real hero for Deadpool 2 has to be the marketing team. The trailers are a thing of beauty in so much as how they don't really show you as much as you think they do. There are just so many twists and turns in this movie that you'll just have a great time with everything that they show you. Of course, as you could probably tell from the trailers, you can expect to get some really great laughs from the X-Force team as well. Okay, enough of that, let's get right into the bad. The bad. Now let me just say that these bads are really minor, but I still gotta acknowledge them. Some of the jokes in the movie hung just a little bit too long. I think that former director Tim Miller's presence was slightly missed here. What made the jokes really work in the previous Deadpool movie was that when they were made, we laughed and we moved on to the next one. In this film, the same joke runs for like 5 to 7 minutes. That may not sound like a lot, but it does feel longer when watching the movie. Again, the jokes are actually funny, but the movie could have been tighter with its editing and just cutting them off a little bit sooner. Now this might be a little debatable, but I really didn't think that the CGI in this movie was done very well. I can't get specific, but I'll say that it gets especially noticeable with a certain character that is not Colossus. You can visibly tell a lot of loss in the graphics with one of the characters I'm talking about. Or, you know, maybe they just ran out of their budget again, who knows. Luckily, the funny thing about this movie is the fact that even if there's bad CGI or lazy writing, this movie is completely self-aware of that, and it actually acknowledges it. So it is kind of a bad, but because they acknowledge it, it's not really a bad, but you know, at the same time it is, so you just have to deal with it. Okay, enough of that, let's get right into the reason. The reason. Deadpool 2 was undoubtedly just a great movie that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. It's got a ton of pop culture references, Easter eggs, and cameos that will continue to keep you entertained for the entire movie. I think because of that great mix, both comic book fans and even casual moviegoers will really appreciate this film. There's so much thrown at us that eventually something is gonna stick. Now, once again, I cannot forewarn you enough. Do not look up spoilers for this movie. A lot of the entertainment that you're gonna feel in this movie is gonna depend on how surprised you are with a lot of the twists and turns that they throw at you. The trailers specifically set you up so much that when you actually do watch the movie, you're gonna have a really good payoff for what they set up. So please, once again, avoid spoilers going into Deadpool 2. Now, I will say that if you love the first Deadpool, you will enjoy the sequel. However, if you're gonna ask me whether or not Deadpool 2 was better than Deadpool 1, I'm still gonna lean towards Deadpool 1. My main concern is that Deadpool 2 is gonna kind of suffer from what I like to call the Iron Man effect. Now think back with me for a moment. The first Iron Man movie was such a huge success that regardless of how good the other Iron Man movies might have actually been on their own, they were automatically downgraded by all of us because they could never live up to the first Iron Man movie. The first Iron Man movie just set the bar really high. Deadpool 2 is a great film, but I don't think it captures the same magic as the first Deadpool movie did. Maybe that has to do with expectations or something else. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just not the same, nor is it better. So when it comes to the rating for Deadpool 2, I've got to give it a 9 out of 10. Deadpool 2 is without question a must-see in theaters. By the way, just to save you some time, there was only one post-credit scene at the end of my screening. Granted, this was a press screening, so sometimes the studios will add another post-credit scene at the very end for fans. So at the very least, just know that there's at least one post-credit scene. So be sure to go ahead and check it out at your local theaters. Now you all tell me, did you really enjoy the first Deadpool movie? What are some things that you're hoping to see in Deadpool 2? When you do see Deadpool 2, come back to this video and let me know in the comments below what you thought about the movie. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Before you go, don't forget to check out some of my other videos, and I've got way more videos and reviews coming up for you all really soon. So until then, I'll see you guys next time.